Some of you who are seeing this video for the first time, you have no idea. You're so wrapped up in your soap operas, your television programs, your sporting events, your teams. You have no clue what's going on, do you? You think everything's just going to be fine and dandy.
I am absolutely sickened and so disgusted with the American government and the recent FEMA concentration camps they have put up.
No, I'm no activist. I'm no political animal. My dream for life was a small home near Mount Shasta, owning a small computer shop and keeping Mom and the kids happy. The American dream. It didn't happen.
This message is a warning, because many of you are not seeing the imminent threat to your life and your family's life. The signs are all around you. The economic collapse that's imminent is leading to the America.
I'm talking dictator power. This is some serious shit, man. I want everybody to really grasp what the fuck I'm saying, because this is dead ass serious, man. Bills like H.R. 1955, Directive 51.
Yo, what's up, America? It's your boy High C, aka Paranoid, back one more time. Today, I'm gonna fill you in on the connections between the Illuminati and your local street gangs. Alright, yo.
I'd like to start this particular broadcast by dealing with an email I had recently from someone who suggested that the New World Order is a mere fiction. It doesn't exist. I'm wasting my time, and my head is swimming with silly ideas that I should forget about.
Hello again. Why is it everybody's so fucking ignorant? Why is it everybody's so busy looking at everybody else's faults as if they're perfect when they're not?
Today is, I don't even know what the fuck date is. It's, oh, I know it's Friday, right? Drink up, smoke up.
This message is to wake a lot of you up, make you realize the situation. That's for all the dramatic purposes. I'm sitting in my safe house, my safe room right now. That's what you see behind me is basically a way of communicating to you, maybe more subliminally than anything else, that it's going to get very ugly very quickly.
I hope all of you are prepared for what is about to come, mentally and physically and emotionally. It's going to be the hardest time anyone's ever had to go through. Prepare for the dollar being worth absolutely nothing. Prepare to be hungry. Prepare to be scared. Because all these fear-mongers in Washington are spewing out this fear to the American public right now. They're playing on your emotions. They control the stocks. They control the president.
No. Somehow I just can't see the military going along with this. The military loves freedoms more than anyone else in the country. Military men have given their lives, their time, their blood. No.
How are you going to protect yourself? I talked earlier about having a retreat, someplace away, someplace you can get away from it all. Well, to be honest with you, some of you can afford that, most of you can't. So we're all going to be stuck in the cities, in the suburbs. What are we going to do? Hopefully, if you're smart, you stockpile some food.
The time is coming when the pain will become so unbearable that people will be forced to look away from the social opiates, the amusements of the age.
You know, and from what I've seen lately, people are really starting to fucking organize, and that's what has to be done.
Let me tell y'all something. Do a little research on this. I've been doing a lot of research. That's why I'm making this video, because I've been finding out some real disturbing shit, and it's a lot of other people that think just like me.
Look at my hair. Look at my camera. Look at that. There. Oh. There. That looks better. I mean, what are you talking about? This isn't the world I grew up in the 70s and 60s. This is an entirely different hellhole. I mean, look at your gasoline prices. Look, have you been to the grocery store lately?
And this is in response to this British asshole who says, fuck the Second Amendment. Now, you see, I have this little theory, you being a British asshole and all, okay, that, quite frankly, you are just pissed off because the tyrannical government created a colony, and that colony used guns to win their freedom.
July 14th, 2007. Welcome. It's an important time in the history of the world. It's a very important time. It's time to issue the voice of warning.
Good morning, America, and welcome to the Disco King News. I think daycares are prisons, okay? I don't think kids should be in daycares. I think they should spend the first 4 years of their life at home. But they can't, because our American economy is so screwed up. You know, both people gotta work, so the kids go to daycare. It's nothing you guys did wrong. It's corporate America gave you a big screw-on. They don't pay you what you deserve, okay?
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next doctor. Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next lawyer.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next automotive technician.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next sheriff.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next architect.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next engineer.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next fireman. Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next architect.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next chemical engineer.
Because of Obama, I'm inspired to be the next entrepreneur.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Obama speaks on race America. Yes, we can. Embrace the burdens of our past, challenge the ridiculous of our past. Yes, we can. Take full responsibility for our whole life. Yes, we can. Have our own dreams that do not come with the expense of your dreams. Yes, we can. Teach those that want to make challenge discrimination in their lives. But they must never succumb to despair. Yes, we can. Always believe that we write our own destiny. Yes, we can. Demand more from our fathers, spend more time with their children by reading them and teaching them. For we have a choice in this country. We can accept things that bring division and create conflict, or we can come together and say not this time. But yes, we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a lot of trouble here. This shit did not happen by accident. It was designed this way. Your politicians in Washington, in cahoots with the corporate raiders, have been looting this country for years. They have been devaluing the dollar. They've been moving your jobs overseas. They've been lowering the standard of living here in America. And it's not an accident that it happened. They knew what they were doing. These people are Harvard and Yale educated. They know what the fuck they're doing. And with their complicit politicians they pay off in Washington, D.C., they have helped to bring about the death of America.
We live in dark times. Adults and children alike are being subjugated to electric shock by taser, having their bones broken, and being detained for simple misjudgments and errors, such as dropping a birthday cake, skateboarding, or even just for speaking their minds. Our election system is strife with fraud and has been corrupted beyond a point of fair and equal elections. When our election system fails to count thousands upon thousands of votes, disenfranchising minorities by denying them the right to vote, we cannot, with any sense of better judgment, say our votes count and our leaders elected.
Sit down! Dude, sit down! I'm not a dude!
Aaron, sit down.
You're damn right you're calling your mother!
Dude, don't take my skateboard. I didn't do anything, dude.
You call me dude one more time!
It's fitting to be a time where you're going to have to learn how to use your gun besides some holding some shit up or busting in the hood, all that bullshit. It's fitting to get real critical, folks. Real critical. Half the motherfuckers in the hood don't know how to grow their own food. They don't even know. They wouldn't begin to know how to grow shit. Grow tomatoes. You can grow shit that you can sustain yourself on. If you can't get meat and if you can't hunt. I'm not, I don't want to kill anything, and I'm not saying that I'm a vegetarian because I'm not. But I eat meat too, but I don't like killing shit. But if you gotta survive, if I'm hungry, that deer gotta go.
I wanted to comment on You Choose a Side's video about he was gonna make a video about telling people where to get guns, and he decided to change his mind because he didn't want to make it easier for somebody that was gonna commit suicide to kill themselves or their family or whatever. But here's my thing: if I'm a gun owner myself, if somebody was gonna fucking commit suicide, they don't need a gun to do that shit. You know what I mean? They could jump off a fucking bridge or a building or whatever the fuck. They could drive their car into a tree. I don't know. It's
All right, yo. So me and Rat grew up poor as fuck, right? And, hanging out in the streets and shit, you get mixed up with the quote-unquote wrong crowd or whatever, and, we got into gangbanging and shit, and, we used to hang out with Sureño Treses and a bunch of Crip niggas and shit, and so I know a little bit about gangbanging, right? And now I got older, and, I'm wiser now, and I've been looking around and stuff, and I started investigating the New World Order and the Illuminati, and I gotta tell you, man, there's some strong similarities between the two. It almost makes me think that the Illuminati runs the gang system of America.
God damn. And you bastards just sat there and did nothing. Nope, you didn't want to do any thinking because that would require too much for your little pea-sized brains to engage in. Nope, you were too busy watching Tila Tequila, The Real World, American Idol, Big Brother, Survivor, and your goddamn fucking bullshit sports to give a fuck about what was going on here at home, behind the scenes. Nope, you all sold your souls for an SUV and a credit card.
There are going to be people coming at your door. They may knock, they probably won't. Nonetheless, they're going to be coming into your house and they're going to be asking you a series of questions. Now, a lot of these questions, as I stated earlier, they're just to get a feel for you. Find out if you're going to comply or not. But be warned, there's going to be lots of these guys. I mean, we're not talking a handful of troops dressed in black uniforms on the streets. We're talking hundreds, thousands. It's going to be a lot. They're going to be rolling tanks down the street, man. Humvees, tanks, maybe some vehicles you've never seen before because they haven't made them in this country yet.
I've been studying economics, the financial markets, for 30 years. I've been studying scriptures for 30 years, maybe a little bit more. And the conjunction between what's happening as far as the Bible, other scriptures that I personally accept, like the Book of Mormon, and what's going on in the financial markets, they're coming together to create actually a financial Armageddon.
We're all on the same side here. And the fact is that people have to have fucking guns. Because we're up against something that's bigger than us. I'm going to aim for the neck myself.
Do not kill yourself. Let Jesus kill your sins. Our sins infest our soul, our minds, and our spirits, and we cannot think like Jesus wants.
The always vigilant U.S. military will be so thinly dispersed that they will have no battle effectiveness. They will not be able to get home fast enough to hold back the tide. Hopefully, they've learned enough from history not to surrender, and they will engage in a protracted struggle wherever they stand to inflict pain and destruction upon the enemies of this nation. Most of our cities will be cut off, and they will be starved into submission. It will not be pretty.
We recognize
that the turmoil in the financial markets is affecting all our citizens. Citizens are rightly concerned about the crisis.
Okay, the rifle I'm holding here is a Bushmaster AR-15 20-inch barrel standard issue rifle. From Bushmaster, it comes basically like what you see now, without the bipod and without the scope. My modification that I've made since I've had the rifle after the assault weapons ban expired is this adjustable stock here.
Here's the thing. Whatever. You guys tried to live the American dream. You put all your money in real estate and the stock market. Because you're like blind little sheep, and everyone else is doing it, and we are crowd followers, right? So we did that. And now we lost everything. So the American dream was a big lie, okay? What you're seeing now is what I am calling the financial revolution. People are walking away from all of their debts and just walking and letting the banks take the hit.
Our fears grow as we get closer to the end of America's economy and the downfall of the rest of America. On any country, so there's going to be massive panic. I mean, there was no panic before 9/11 that I'm aware of. I'd rather get the information before it happened so I could do what I felt best, that I could actually, maybe care for my family as best as possible or whatever. I'm not a surprised kind of person. The fact is, it's not going to get any better, and it's going to get worse, but they're not talking about it because they don't want to create panic.
So much for Democratic opposition. So much for anybody standing in the way of an unstoppable juggernaut of war, death, and destruction. And if we move against Iran, or if we move against Russia, or God forbid both of them, there's going to be hell to pay in this country. And hell to pay for our troops. Thank you. Good night.
You no longer rely on our food being shipped by truck or by air or by sea all around the world, all frozen food. Doesn't it just sound disgusting? The future is locally grown food and solar energy. The sun is the best thing in this whole entire universe. Martial law is coming soon. It is coming, and so many people know it. So many people know it. I've talked to so many people, but I'm just making sure that you know it. Our troops are going to be here patrolling our cities. I just want to say that I'm here for you as a human being. You might say, hey, you're fucking crazy. No, I'm not fucking crazy.
People that are laughing at this, they're the teachers. They're the police. They're the head of military. They're pawns in our government. They're puppets in the media. I just want to get the message out that the bottom line is the next generation is not going to bow down to fascism, and the next generation is not going to let our freedoms come under siege. We're going to be smarter, and I'm going to help make that happen.
Public schools are starting to enforce a socialist agenda on our children. We now have a whole generation of kids that is totally oblivious to what's going on here because they believe the news, the same news that tells you the stock market is okay, real estate has finally hit bottom, and they want you to follow them to the bottom, okay? I don't know why it's legal for our teachers to teach socialism to these kids and make them believe it.
Well, because to them, what communism represents a means of developing what we call a monopoly. That is the organization, we'll say, of large-scale industry into an administrable unit.
You know, on 9/11, people were jumping out of the buildings because they had an excuse. The building was on fire. But I'll tell you what, when the bubble finally burst, All these motherfuckers out there on Wall Street in New York City are going to be jumping to their deaths on just pure shallowness. Yep, they're going to be losing their lives, jumping to their deaths, because they know they helped not only kill themselves, but they helped to kill the United States of America.
Here are your coffins, which you paid for, with your tax money. There are millions of them waiting for you in different states across the country. Each coffin can hold 3 or 4 people, and most of you will be crammed into one right after martial law is declared in America. They have already built many industrial ovens inside the FEMA death camps. These ovens will be used to get rid of the dead bodies. However, even burning these ovens day and night, they will not be faster than the gas killing hundreds to thousands of people at a time. So the plastic coffins will be used to store the rotting bodies.
So concerning to me is the decay of communication and civility here in the United States. There is a real crisis going on in our country, and it has nothing to do with the economy. It has nothing to do with the criminals running the government. It has to do fundamentally with the nature of our being. We are an atomized group of people. We are disconnected.
If I shoot one of my guns at an army soldier, it's not even going to penetrate, so I'm going to go for vulnerable areas. I mean, we're in a bad fucking situation right now. I mean, I was talking to my grandmother, almost 80 years old, and she said, it's never been this fucking bad.
It's like a goddamn puzzle, man. All the pieces are scattered out, but once you put them shits together, you come up with a picture, man. And I'm starting to come up with a fucked up picture. For real. They gonna make something bad happen, man. They gonna make some real catastrophic shit happen. And they gonna implement martial fucking law, man. So if you got kids, girlfriend, wife, mama, goldfish, dog, and if you got any motherfucking thing you love that's breathing, y'all better get ready for this shit. Cause the next 9 months, in my opinion, I feel this shit's gonna be very interesting, man.
They already know you have guns. They've known for years. They've kept databases on all of you. They know everything there is to know about you. So you might as well come clean when they ask you the questions. Now, what am I gonna do? Should I go out fighting? Well, to be honest with you, they're gonna expect, maybe not the people that are on the street, but the people that put them there, they're gonna expect a lot of you to fight back. They've got that all figured out. They figure in the first 24 hours, they're gonna have to shoot a lot of us. Well, let's not give them that. Step back for a little while. Assess the situation. Don't run into a battle without first assessing your enemy. You've heard that before.
This gun right here is my everyday carry pistol. I have a license to carry it, and this is what I carry. It is a Kimber 45 caliber handgun. This gun right here has saved my life. Take a look. Do you see any arms? No? Me neither. How about legs? No? I don't see that either. So anywhere where a brain could be? Any evidence that this gun thinks for itself?
I've come to find that there's two sorts of people. That if you're woken up, there's two walks of life. We all come from different backgrounds, but they generally fall into two categories. And that is the shelter-in-place sort of folk, which I am. Okay, I have to be. It's my life situation. Can't do anything about it. And then there's the Mad Max scenario. Now, I've got my opinions about the Mad Max people. To sum it up, if Mad Max goes down, we're pretty much all fucked. And unless you're a MacGyver kind of guy, you're fucked.
I hear that train coming. It's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. And time keeps dragging on.
train keeps on rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. So I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I'll bet there's rich folks eating in that fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I knew I had it coming. I know I came to be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison and that railroad train was mine, then I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I long to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
Will I give a shit? No. Fuck them. And will I give a shit when you bastards are fending for your lives when total chaos erupts on the streets because they collapse and you can't get any money out of the bank? You think I'm going to give a shit? No. You know why? Because I've been preparing for this shit for years. I've been making plans. I saw this day coming a long time ago, and I prepared for it. And I'm willing to bet about 99.9% of you have not. I'll be popping corn and watching the chaos unfold on TV while you're all out there panicking in the streets, rioting, killing each other, begging for the government to come save you from the mess that they created in the first place. But of course that'll actually work out fine because it'll be the perfect martial law scenario they need to solidify their final plans of control over you.
Go to your local Radio Shack and pick yourself up a fucking police scanner. You know, it's only $100, if that, for a nice desktop scanner. You can get other ones. The codes are all free. You can find them all online for your local law enforcement. And if you listen, as long as I have, if you listen for a while, you get to know all the codes that they use. I mean, they use number codes. You know, I'm going on a 420 or whatever. You know,
Billions of people survive on rice. Rice has protein, it has carbohydrates, it has nutrients. It is one of the best foods for you. Rice. I personally have over 200 pounds of rice in stock.
Over 800 FEMA concentration camps have already been built for your extermination. The RFID microchip is already being taken and will soon be forced upon you. This is the mark of the beast. You will be controlled and manipulated with this. Martial law will soon be declared. the rights of American citizens have been removed. Well before the Patriot Act, which completely destroyed your constitutional rights and removed habeas corpus and many other things. Martial law is ready. It is a very real reality, and they are conditioning your minds to obey already.
We envision that you're going to be microchipped in some fashion, electronically controlled microchip. You're not going to be able to buy or sell, even survive, unless you actually obtain or get the mark of the beast. And if you refuse, then you're probably they might not throw you on a train at first. They might mark you off a list somewhere, and then after a few days, when everybody's doing it, you're going to be definitely shunned upon, and you're going to be considered a complete subversive, and you need to go to your local chipping center and get chipped, or they're going to catch you and put you on a train. They already have the trains ordered. They've already been made. There's actually some videos, if they still exist, if they haven't disappeared. They're on the internet actually showing these trains. They've got shackles on the floor. They almost look like the car carrier trains, double-deckers. They've got benches. Yeah, it's pretty dramatic. You know, there's some reports that these chips are going to be tied into a network of towers that are going up across the country. These chips can actually be controlled remotely, where they can change your emotional state, which would also fit into the biblical accounts of once you're chipped, that's it.
Why are you letting yourself not see the reality that's even far worse than what I'm describing to you? You are on a sinking ship, and if you stay there, you will drown. There is no hope of this ship being saved. Please, get on a lifeboat and get out while you still have chance.
Hello again. Okay, in this video I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. First off, we need to save America. Because if we don't stand up as the people right now and do as our founding fathers said and save this country, we're not going to have a country. Because the people are in control of the government, not the government control the people.
Eventual conflict with Russia seems to be inevitable. I wouldn't have thought it coming so soon, but in light of this information, I think it could be coming soon.
The authorities in Denver have converted a warehouse to a concentration camp for protesters at the DNC convention, which starts August 25, 2008. We no longer have any control. That's become apparent.
We need to start civil disobedience. Intensive, non-violent civil disobedience. This needs to be organized. We need to start communicating with each other and organizing this event before they shut the internet down.
The opaque shell coloring ensures officers properly identify the X-Rep prior to loading it in the shotgun, minimizing the chance of loading an incorrect round. As the Taser X-Rep is deployed, a ripcord attached to the shell activates the unit. Once activated, the Taser X-Rep is live as it comes out of the barrel. The Taser X-Rep travels at approximately 300 feet per second. On impact, the forward-facing barbed electrodes attach to the body of the target. The energy from the impact breaks a series of fracture pins that release the main chassis of the X-Rep, which remains connected to the nose by a Kevlar reinforced fiber. As the chassis falls away, 6 Choya electrodes automatically deploy. But what can law enforcement officers do if they are more than 35 feet away from a violent offender that needs to be immediately controlled?
So you think you can wake up your neighbors? I don't know. I look around my neighborhood. I doubt I can wake up any more people than I already have. And that's being honest about the situation. No, I really think when this starts to happen, that's when the real awakening will happen. But to be honest with you, this is one of those things that's going to be on the level of biblical proportion disasters. I mean, really, the human suffering that's going to come out of this is going to be insane. Many of you will go insane, probably. Go nuts. Resist as long as you can. I hope we all resist.
And we understand that in dealing with the financial crisis, we're really helping people be able to have a better future themselves. In my country, it is important for our citizens to have understood that which affects Wall Street affects Main Street as well.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're seeing is an absolute tyrannical government that is about to launch an all-out war on American citizens and put them in concentration camps by FEMA, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, all sponsored by Hollenbach.
Hello again. Okay, you wonder why, this video here, I'm going to say you will accept martial law. Now let me give you some reasons why you're going to accept martial law, okay? This is the reason you will accept martial law. Because they already implicate martial law right now.
We are the guy sitting in the car across the street. We are that new guy who just joined your church or came to work for one of your companies. We live for the day when you will be dealt the same level of evil and cruelty you have been dealing all of humanity. I pray that you try to round me up for one of your FEMA death camps. All your money and power will not protect you from our vengeance, which we will have very, very soon. You forget there are still American patriots by the millions who will never submit to you or be your slaves. You forget about the 200 million firearms on the streets of America. All you New World Order thugs combined, Blackwater, the brainwashed military, the thug jackbooted cops, FEMA stormtroopers, United Nations peacekeepers, cannot even come close to defeating us. You will make your last and stupid mistake when you declare martial law and try to round us up. But we will fight to the death and take you with us. You should never sleep easy, for you never know when you may wake up in the middle of the night with a Colombian necktie and us standing over you, laughing, while you take your last breath, and when we the people take this nation back from your evil grip. We will hunt you to the ends of the earth and shoot you down like mangy dogs. Sweet dreams, motherfuckers. That communication came in from a sniper. I suggest you think about what the fuck you're doing to our goddamn country. Now, a message for the Sons of Liberty concerning the New World Order. You're fucked.
You freaking idiots. Oh, that's okay. You wanted to call us conspiracy nuts and traitors and un-Americans because you don't have the ability to think for yourself or do any kind of honest research about what's going on in your name.
Now, I think that all intelligent people will agree that the mainstream collective beliefs that, for the most part, guide the direction of our culture need to be corrected. All of the institutions in the United States have failed us. From the top down, the belief systems need to be corrected. The only way this can happen is if human beings can come together in rational, sane discussions in a spirit of unity and in sharing.
Come out of America, please! Please! Please don't be trapped by the lie and the things holding on in your heart and the doubt. Obey His command, seek after His kingdom, it's all that matters. You will regret it for eternity, and you will praise Him for eternity, for bringing your heart at every moment of doubt or every moment of confusion, just like mine. He was faithful. As long as you're willing, there will be no excuse for any of us. He will not force us. He shows us. He warns us. It is up to us to obey. It is up to us to follow. It is up to us to repent when He chastises in love. Do not harden your hearts, please, please, and do not be blinded. Do whatever research you need. Be willing to accept the truth.
So all y'all little hood cats, man, looking up these rap motherfuckers, if they was real, they'd be telling you to get ready for this shit. Motherfuckers don't care about you. That's why I don't give a shit about no bust-ass, rich-ass, fake-ass, wannabe thug-ass rappers. Fuck them. They ain't teaching y'all shit, man. I'm trying to show y'all some real shit. Listen up.
I'm going to use scare tactics. I'm going to use the media. I'm going to use Hollywood. I'm going to pay Hollywood to put up movies, and I'm going to use the media to lie to you on a regular basis. And then I'm going to make an attack on my own people.
And all of us recognize that this is a serious global crisis and therefore requires a serious global response for the good of our people.
You put it all into a cupboard, and you eat off of one bag, and when that's empty, you go to the store and you put one on the bottom, and it lifts the next bag to the top.
So the question is, where are you going to be? Have you made preparations for this? Have you just considered that you might have to leave everything you have, just abandon what you have, take off to some retreat somewhere? Not saying you'd be any better, but have you planned for an evacuation of your town, your city? Remember, someone told you. There's a whole group of us on the internet right now who are telling you what's coming. We're letting you in on something that we know, that we found out, that we've researched.
They're using those groups of people, they're utilizing those groups of people to suppress minorities and to find easy victims and suppress easy victims. And that would be an old gay or transgender woman like myself, might be Chance like they did him last week, what have you, but they don't go after, the white, straight men. They don't go after that.
They go control all the highways, man. When they read up on fucking martial law, habeas corpus is out the window. It's basically strip you of your fucking rights as an American citizen. Control the highways, man. I mean, take your shit, your property. Hell, you. Ship your ass off somewhere. It's gonna be like the new Guantanamo Bay, man. America's gonna be the new Guantanamo Bay. Believe that shit.
It's official. Powerful USA in recession. The whole world in tribulation.
I'm going to crash the market. That's right. And I'm using the TV set, the news, and the media to continue to lie to you to keep you believing. So now pretty soon, here's what happens. You're scared. You're confused. You're struggling. You're hard up. And now I'm going to promise you protection.
The United States has a special role to play in leading the response to this crisis. And that is why our government will continue using all the tools at our disposal to resolve this crisis.
Now, if you have any vacation plans, now might be a time to go do it, because if you don't, there's a pretty good chance it's going to be a long time before you ever have a vacation again. Me, fuck it, I'm going to Florida next month, screw it. I'm going to go get done with it before it totally bottoms out. Hell, if I can even get out there next month, hell, it might be just a couple weeks away. But sometime between now and January of 2010, you mark my words, the bottom of this thing will come out. You will no longer even be an American. You are going to be a citizen of the North American Union. They're going to offer you a salvation, and you'll gladly swallow it because you're shallow enough to not give a fuck about your identity as an American. You'll gladly sell out for your own creature comforts. And you call us the fucking traitors who tried to wake you up, who tried to save you, who tried to prevent all this. You know what? Go to fucking hell.
They call themselves progressive global thinkers. We had another word for them in 1776. We called them traitors. This happened all once before. 232 years ago, it led to revolution and thousands of dead in the streets. It will happen again unless you take back America now. Join the grassroots movement of the Second American Revolution, not of guns and violence, but pressure, pressure, pressure on your non-representing representatives who created these problems in the first place. Would you stand by and watch your family perish when you have the power to save them? Of course not. Then why are you doing that to your own country?
Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye.
Well, how are they going to do this thing? Is it going to be like another 9/11? Is it going to be a flu epidemic of some sort? Could be both. Maybe neither. To be honest with you, all they have to do is shut off all the electricity.
The people in the United States are basically misinformed. Now, obviously, because of time constraints, I'm only able to paint in very broad brushstrokes. I hope that you will do some research and fill in the gaps for yourself.
Our federal government has become out of control. Our presidents have lately, especially in the case of George Walker Bush and his neoconservative groupies, become decadent, careless, thoughtless, and indeed puppets. Each Congress has become more worthless than the last. Our judicial branch is corrupt as a lot of them. Because our federal government has lost touch with reality, has lost touch with the body and base for its power, we now have a situation where our military can patrol our streets, arrest civilians, and detain them for an indefinite period of time. The Constitution has been discarded by the federal government. They have apparently retired it. However, we do not feel that the supreme law of the United States can be retired so easily.
And also, Google Project Megiddo, because Project Megiddo uses eerie language too. It now says that American Christians or hate groups, anybody who believes in Jesus Christ, anybody who believes in the second coming of Christ, anybody who believes in the conspiracy theories of a new world order is in violation of the Megiddo Project Act and can be arrested, detained, and labeled as a terrorist.
Those of you who are putting videos out there, compilations of news broadcasts or whatever it might be, please try to avoid using music to dramatize or enhance the video. All too often I see videos with excellent content that's undermined by music that's inappropriate or distracting. This information is dramatic enough. You don't have to underscore it.
In other words, look, right now what we all need to focus on doing, my personal belief is we need to take some serious reports about what's going on in our particular areas of the United States and abroad so we can better communicate to one another and maybe nail this thing down as to when exactly it's going to happen. I wish you and your family the best of luck. I will continue to post videos as long as I can, as long as everybody else can. Maybe not in such dramatic fashion next time. One more thing. Always have your method of family protection nearby, especially in the evening in your house.
And if you're going to fight and die, which I am, then you need to research these means, because they're going to come for you. They're going to come for you when you're sleeping in the middle of the fucking night. And sleep with one eye open nowadays, because they're coming.
This is all part of the New World Order, and I don't want to get into that, but you just research it, punch in New World Order, and research it, my friend. You're not going to believe this stuff, okay?
If you don't believe in any of this, that's fine. But ask yourself this question, okay? For you people who do not believe in the New World Order exists, or that our government would ever hurt us, the people, okay? That our government would stick up for us and that we are insane for speaking out. You are probably the biggest idiot out there. And that is no lie.
Thank you once again to the powers that be in Washington, D.C., both the Democrats and the neocon Republicans, conservatives and liberals alike, who have done absolutely fucking nothing to stop the relentless onslaught of continuous and unending war. And keep your eyes open for more information developing on this.
Can we agree that in our discussions we should maximize our unity by focusing on and increasing our agreements rather than focusing on and hammering out our differences? And can we agree to gather in goodwill, to reason together rather than to argue or triumph?
Me, I got food ready, I got food stashed. But if they come in the middle of the night and I can't get out my fucking driveway, I'm not coming out of my house alive. So I hope my neighbors take, I hope I set an example for them, because I'm not coming out of my house alive. And neither is my wife or my family. So
my question to the U.S. government is, what the fuck is your problem? You think it can't happen to you? It's like the whole country is on acid. And who do you think is going to go to those camps? People like me that question the truth and that speak out. Because the truth is that you have a hidden agenda. So what the fuck? Do you think we're stupid? Do you think we're dumb? You know what? I don't give a fuck about my life. I don't care if I'm killed. I don't care if you try to murder me or silence me from what I'm saying to you. I'm telling you that I'm the fucking voice inside of your head that's telling you what's right. And what's right is that you guys are Satanists. You have let Europe take over this country. And you guys are the whole reason that the New World Order has come into play.
It ain't going down like everybody think it is. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I hope to God all of these motherfuckers are supposed to be so bad and so hard. I hope to God they stand up when it's time to motherfuckers stand up for something. We go see real fucking soon who's who. For real.
You have a rare choice before you now. First choice. Keep living your lives in denial of the overwhelming evidence staring right at you and wait for them to come and take you and your family to the camps for systematic extermination. Second choice. Pack your things and get out of America while the borders are still open. Don't go to Canada or Mexico, because these countries will have the same fate as the USA. Leave the continent, and don't look back. History is repeating. What you forefathers did to the Indians, they will do now to you. America is a sinking ship. If you stay on this ship, you will go down with it and drown. Come to Europe. They will accept you here. My personal advice, stay away from the UK. Do not believe foolishly that your government will allow this type of information to be made public much longer.
there's people pulling the strings behind that shit. So your vote doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter at all. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say. So other than that, I wanted to say that there is means of getting weapons, you know, around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody wants to bomb his neighbor, but Jesus gives you a tender heart. Jesus makes you the most loving and the one who shows the most mercy.
Judgment Day, if you want to call it that, is inevitable. It's just a matter of when and how bad it'll be.
TAA? Why so serious? The economy not going to collapse. Everyone knows that, man.
You got cabin equipment, shit like that. That shit's gonna be crucial. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, man, because I got some more shit I gotta say. That's just a little bit what I'm talking about. All these little, that hood shit. And thinking this way, man, fuck all that shit, dog. They finna, I'm telling you, they are finna obliterate your fucking little fantasy you got going. They finna shut this shit down. And y'all probably gonna be one of the first ones to go, man. Better step up your survival skills and quit bullshit. It's your boy Dizzle, man.
Well, that's okay. You were all too busy laughing, having fun, talking shit, putting down anybody who gave a fuck, who was trying to save this country. Well, I know this. If you happen to be in my neck of the woods and this shit hits the fan, don't come crying to me because you ain't going to get any help. I never knew you, and I don't give a fuck about you.
People might think that this is a, you know, it's just some conspiracy theory bullshit, ain't nothing like that, man. Look, you better look at these laws, man, and see what kind of power this motherfucker has, man.
The time for talking is over. We need to take some action. And I'm urging you, forget about the future for now. Forget about 2012. Forget about the end of the world. Forget about all those things. And start thinking about what you can do right now. What action you can take right now that can make a difference right now.
Does history not tell you something? What, did you approve of what Hitler did? If you don't approve of what Hitler did, then you need to wake your freaking asses up. I'm sorry to be an asshole in this video, but I'm telling you what. This is fucking bullshit. And the people in this fucking country need to wake their fucking asses up. We're running out of fucking time, and you're busy sleeping. You're busy turning around saying it's not happening because you want to turn your blind eye to it. Stop turning your blind eye to the truth, you freaking idiots. Anyhow, sorry for my language, but this just pisses me off at how dumb people can be. History's right in their freaking face, and they're too stupid to remember what they were taught years ago and what happened years ago, and you're too stupid to see it's happening all over again and stand up and stop it before the fucking corrupt government gets it done. But no, you'd rather see it happen, wouldn't you?
Now, I live in a small town, but if I see anything, I'll be the first to capture it.
When this thing goes down and the crackdown happens, all this information that's on the internet, all this documentation, not going to be there anymore, man. They're going to cut off the mainframe, delete all this information. That's it. You're not going to know nothing.
Others, be aware of what's going on here. I hope that I've enlightened you.
Thanks for listening.
It's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps on rolling on down to San